First, thank everybody for being here, and tell you and thank so many people on campus that help in recruiting. I think you can get anyone to come on a visit, but when they leave here, it's that impression you want them to leave with. And so, first of all, bringing them into Thibodeaux is unique in itself, and bringing them to eat anywhere in town is unique. And our admission staff is the best, and work so hard to make sure they accommodate all the needs that you have. You know, you walk them through campus, you're always greeted with a warm smile. You walk them through our campus and you see the landscape of it, and the guy that's responsible for a lot of it is back here, and I'll introduce more about him and his son later, hint, hint. But it's just a neat family atmosphere, and when people come here, they leave and say that. And what's really been neat for us is to use football games as a recruiting tool now. And kids are calling and reaching out to us asking to come to football games. We haven't had that problem, and that is a great problem. And that all started last year after we played Georgia. We probably had 40 kids want to come visit the very next weekend. And now when you bring a kid, even for, you know, just for any game during the fall, it's a special time. You walk them through the backside behind the press box of the football stadium for a tailgate, and kids' eyes are just wide open. And so it's everything. You bring them into this beautiful building right here, everyone, you know, greets them with a smile. You bring them over to Thibodeaux Regional, the Wellness Center, to show them what's right near campus, they get a smile and a welcome. And so it is a unique place, and it's not just us bringing them on campus, it's the total package. For lack of a better term, in the recruiting world, there's not many warts to hide anymore, Coach. You would know what I'm talking about. There's not a whole lot of things you have to hide. There's so many things that you want to show. Basketball arena, football stadium, the new turf, softball field, right when you drive through campus, it's gorgeous. Can't wait to show them the baseball facility. Can't wait to show them, you know, the soccer side. We take them to soccer games. We just use everything we possibly can. So it's a tip of the hat to everyone on this campus, and it's a unique place, no question about it. So it makes our jobs easier when parents come here. And if you've seen or been around, our athletic fields look amazing. The landscape of our campus looks amazing. A lot of that has to do with the first young man I wanted to tell you about, Brandon Babin. There's a few people in his family that have come to school here at Nicholls. Brandon's a left-handed pitcher, plays some outfield at Central Lafourche, but his dad, Troy, who's sitting in the back there, Troy, would you please raise your hand, is responsible for a lot of the beautiful, you know, pieces to our campus. Our athletic fields, I was walking down the softball field yesterday, the outfield looks amazing. Our outfield grass looks amazing. That beautiful turf that somehow he keeps green all year long now. It looks really good, but a tip of the hat to him and his son. I remember watching him play when he was probably 10 or 11 years old at Pelche Park, thinking, man, it would be really neat to have him at Nicholls, and sure enough, now he's coming here, and very proud to have him. He'll play for us as a freshman for sure. Another young man from Louisiana, Mason Barker, from Catholic High School, Point Capee, an infielder, physical young man. Really excited to add him. We're losing some infielders this year. Excited to add him to the piece as well. A young man from down the bayou, Austin Kentrell. Really neat to have him here. He's been playing ball for you know, a Louisiana legend and Ben McDonald for years, and excited to be able to bring someone from South Lafourche, a really talented outfielder. Excited about him as a player and as a person, and even a student for sure. We signed a catcher, Hayden Charlet from West Feliciana High School, another Louisiana kid. Proud to have him as well. He had great depth for us. We're losing a catcher this year, so adding him was important. Nick Hill, someone Coach Butler worked extremely hard to get. Big right-handed pitcher from Sugar Land, Texas. 6'5", he may be even closer to 6'6", 6'7" now. 88, 91, 92 mile an hour right-handed pitcher. He will be coming here taking classes, as will the majority of our incoming guys this summer, and being able to work out with our strength coach, Coach Carasquillo, which is another huge piece to the recruiting puzzle. So excited to have him. I think he might potentially be a weekend starter for us as a freshman. Trevor Kilcrease is a right-handed pitcher from Gulf Coast, Panama City, over in Florida. A guy that we signed to be a Friday night starter, which means our #1 next year, and really hoping to get him here this summer as well to get started with our strength program. 89, 91, 92, at times can be up to 94 with really good breaking stuff and a changeup as well. Shane Mejia, boy, this guy is an impressive young man. Coach Butler worked really hard on him last year as well, and he's another one that came over for a football game, and his family fell in love with Thibodeaux, and his dad said, you know, this is where we want our son to be. So it was really neat to see that. Shane's going to be can be a starter for us as a freshman, may even be a reliever at times, a hard-throwing left-handed pitcher. Fantastic student, amazing young man. Literally, every time I see a picture of him, he's got a Nicholls shirt on over in Texas, so it's really neat to see that. Very athletic young man coming in next year. Is a quarterback for his high school football team and also a center fielder, and if somehow we can get our football coach not to mess him up, he might start for us in center field. I'm kidding, Coach. Huge, look, this was a team thing because there was a lot of people snooping around for him, and when Coach told me that he wanted to get him, it was a huge deal for us because the football scholarship overrides the baseball scholarship, and so whenever we were able to lock him down, it was a big deal because we really wanted him. I've been following Lloyd. Coach Jones and I have been really kind of liking the kid since he was a freshman, watching him play American Legion baseball, and obviously he plays for a former colonel over at St. Charles Catholic. His high school coach. He's been well coached his entire time, coming from a great program there. He's a winner, and he plays the game on a baseball field like he does playing quarterback in the Superdome. So I think he's got a tremendous chance to be a huge impact for us as a freshman. Alec Paz, a physical hitter for us from Texas Junior College. Coach Butler worked hard to get him here. He was here a couple of weeks ago and absolutely fell in love with the campus. He was here for a Sunday game, had to hurry on over here. We rushed a lot of things, and he just wanted to see the campus. And when he saw the campus, it checked off a box, and he wanted to meet people in the stands. You know, ran a really neat kid, and followed us and was only here for one day and fell in love with everything about it, which was really neat. So he's going to come in and potentially start an outfield for us, hit the middle of our order, be a physical threat for us when he gets here for sure. Chris Sandberg, catcher is hard to find, and we got to make sure we have a bunch of them. And so we were able to get one out of California, and a physical one as well. I like defensive catchers. I love when they hit him over the fence too, but I want this guy to catch him and lead a staff, and he does a tremendous job. Great leader, really excited about what he can do defensively for us. We've had some really good catchers here in the past, and you know, guys that have been on the Johnny Bench award list. So we got to continue that tradition for sure, but he's a huge piece of this puzzle, no question. Tyler Terrio, another one. I feel like we've been recruiting him forever. Left-handed pitcher, awesome family, Bruley High School, one of the best programs in the state this year. He's thrown no-hitters this year. He's been lights out all year long on the mound. Maybe, I think he was in some publications called the #1 left-handed pitcher in the state of Louisiana. So he will be competing for a potential, you know, rotation spot for us. I don't think there's any question about it. I remember his whole family coming in last year, and it was raining. We had just played Georgian football. We brought a bunch of kids over for a recruiting visit. He was a junior, and I remember his facial expression when we walked him around for the tailgating spot, and it was raining. I can't remember, it might have been Incarnate Word. And the atmosphere on campus in the rain got to seal the deal for a lot of these kids. And so, but it just shows you how neat Nicholls really is, and I'll never forget that story, never forget him talking about it later on. But we're excited to get him for sure, no question. He's been committed for a while. Mason Turner, probably the most athletic young man on a baseball field in our area, no question. Can absolutely fly, can play infield, can play outfield. Awesome family, Terrebonne High. Next year we'll have 3 young men on our team from Terrebonne High School, which is really neat. But 2 of them are big pieces of our puzzle now, and I think he's got a chance to compete to start as a freshman as well. Just his athleticism, his attention to detail. He was a no-question guy for us. We had to have him, and we've been recruiting him for a long time. I know Coach Jones did a really good job with him for sure. Josh Youngblood, all the way up from way up north in Eunice, Louisiana. Big physical catcher. Again, we had to load up there. I felt like it was a huge need for us. Again, the physical thing is exciting as well, but the young man is a A+ student as well, an A+ young man, comes from an amazing family. young men that can come in and catch for us right away. So that's exciting. That's it. Yeah, that was quick. I was trying to be quick. I didn't want to bore anybody. But again, it's just to thank everyone for help. We can get them here. It's what happens when they're here, and I think everyone has a huge hand in that. So for that, we're over the top appreciative for everyone, and we just appreciate everyone helping make Nicholls special. Thank you.